Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. How is everybody doing today? I hope you guys are doing great. I know today I woke up and I just been listening to my conscience more. You know what would happen when you race through the day? You create anxiety. What is anxiety? Anxiety, anxiety could be a couple things, guys. What I've noticed anxiety to be for me is fear. It's like it covers itself in fear. It's also like me wanting to control every situation and every outcome. And if it doesn't happen, it creates anxiety of what you expect things to be, and they're not. And anxiety can be very, very destructive, a destructive way of thinking. And I gotta tell you, over the past couple months, like it was little, but I was creating anxiety because I didn't want to let go of just of control, you know? Like how many of you are like so like do you want to have everything under control? And if it's not, you create anxiety. Because it's the fear of not being able to know what's going to happen. But God actually tells us, you know what? He says it right here in Matthew. It says, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about the body, what you will wear. Is it not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. Do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Can any one of you be worried by worrying at a single hour to your life?" And that's what it is. Everybody's gonna face anxiety. Everybody's going to face it. It's honestly just an illusion of control. It's to have the need to control. It's actually like you thinking that you're God, that you control the outcome. But most of the time, we fall into that. We fall into sorry about that. We fall into that victim trap, right? Where we think that we have everything under control, and it's not we. It's the one that puts everything together. Yeah, surrendering is a big part of life. And it's a very valuable tool when you think about it. Cuz look at our lives. Like when we create anxiety, we create a lot of things, like even frustration, like we just don't have peace. We're kind of just like that's the word right there, peace. We just don't have peace throughout the day. And when you don't have peace, what do you have? What's the point of having everything that you have if you don't have peace? Tell me. Like, what's the point of having everything when you don't have peace? I can tell you, materialistically, I made a lot of achievements. But it's worth nothing if I don't have peace. Peace has to be number one priority in your life. Because isn't that what we're all really after? Peace and freedom. I know that's at the top of my list, and when I forget, I pay the price. And that's anxiety. So today I just wanted to really kind of tell you how I have dealt with anxiety and how it's literally just by following the scriptures. There's so much scriptures that actually tell us that anxiety is not for us to worry about, it's for God to take care of. And it's the most liberating thing you can do is just to cast all your burdens onto Him. You know what? A lot of people confuse the church with the religion, and The church is the people. And it's not about religion. I get asked a lot, what are you? Catholic, Christian? And it's like, if that's part of your conversation, then you have completely lost the whole point of what Jesus came to do. This is about a relationship with God. This is about welcoming Him into your heart, into your body, into like every inch of your life. When you do this, everything changes. That burning desire comes back and you start receiving. See, your brain's like an antenna. It's going to receive the message. You think all the ideas you've had have been your ideas? No. Somebody placed them there. See, we have good ideas and then we have bad ideas. Come on. You guys never seen like the little angel and the little devil? I like to go back to that a lot because your ideas are not yours. Someone's giving them to you. And you decide whether you take them or not. And that's going to depend on who you listen to. And how do you know in what direction you're going? Your feelings, your compass. Like, how do you feel? Say, for instance, we can go to the food, we can go to the vices, whatever you want to talk about. I mean, we can do it. And ask yourself how you feel after. See, having a relationship with God is like having a really good relationship with yourself. Is to know thyself. It's to know what works and what doesn't. The best relationship you're going to have is with God and with yourself. See, we're not alone. When you spark that awareness and you start to realize that it's more spiritual than physical, then you're going to learn that we've all been like conditioned to believe a certain way and to perceive and to kind of just fall into like that whole matrix trap. And you gotta be on your toes, guys. You just gotta be on your toes, because if you're not, you will slip easily back into that. And how do I stay on my toes is going back to the basics. The program. That's what I do now. I'm so passionate and I love it so much that I decided to be a coach myself. And I decided to help people because I know the need out there. Because I can see it. I can see it in the bodies walking around. I can see it in their eyes. I can see it in their language. If you have a trying language, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, well, I'm just here trying. That's a victim mentality. Guys, you gotta give yourself some credit. If you're in the gym, dude, you're in the gym. You're doing good. The problem here is the mind. You're doing the right things, but somehow you just don't feel good. You feel like some people escape with alcohol, with food, with stuff like that. All right. But when you're in the gym, if you're not doing it in a certain way, you're kind of escaping as well. So why do you go to the gym? People tell me, oh, it's for my health. Bro, come on. We all want to feel good. We all want to feel better. It's a way of surrendering. See, this is where you gotta be very careful. This is where a relationship is more important than religion. The relationship you have with yourself, with your body, with the Holy Spirit, it has a lot to do with how you conduct yourself. Stop creating anxiety. Because anxiety, then you fall into anxiety, regret, and every day it starts all over again. I'm here to help you stop that. I'm here to help you stop it so you can start building a life. See, I'm a disciplined person. Why am I disciplined? Man, because I wanted to feel better. And after going through all the tests, and we still go through them. Every day is a test. Every day is a test to vote, to cast votes for you or for the enemy, for God or for the enemy. Like I was saying, your thoughts are not yours. You're receiving them. Now you just gotta find out where you're receiving them from. If you're posting a freaking drink, a michelada, fast food, like just fast food junk, and you think that's cool, I'm here to tell you, man, I can see it. I can see the pain. I can see how you seek comfort instead of purpose. And yeah, it might feel good for the moment, but once you wake up your awareness, you're gonna realize that it doesn't feel good. That you've been escaping in pleasures. It's very easy to fall into pleasure all over again. It very much is. That's why you gotta be on your toes. And I'm not saying, I love the life I'm creating, to be honest with you. I love feeling good. I truly do. There is no better than to be in alignment and to feel good and to do the hard. And it's not even hard. I don't even say it's hard. But people say it's hard. People say it's almost nearly impossible for them to change their lives. But that's just the mindset. Man, I used to probably think like that, but that's why I started seeking help. Guys, if I did not get my shit together a year and something months ago, damn, I don't know where I would be right now, to be honest with you. Relationship wise, financially, decisions are freaking stupid when you're taking them off emotions, If you feel like you're a person that's very emotional and kind of triggered by emotions, accept the fact that you have anxiety and you're patching everything, thinking that's going to stop the bleeding. But it doesn't. It may stop it temporarily, but then you fall into the same thing and then you start chasing different gods. It's crazy how you don't realize that you can get caught up chasing the god of money. More work. And then you create your own core beliefs. What are core beliefs? Core beliefs are something that you believe to be true. Right in your heart, you believe it to be true. There is no discussion. Like, people have created a core belief of more money, more problems. Being brainwashed. That is not one that I would adopt. I would not adopt that. Because you're relating problems. You're relating money to problems, and yet you're chasing the money? You're chasing problems? Come on, man. There's really, I have created a certain amount and adopted some of them for my needs, right? For what helps me become a better version of myself. And they help because it dictates it dictates the way that you conduct yourself. Core beliefs dictate the way you conduct yourself because they're just true in the heart. All I'm saying, guys, is that anxiety is fear without faith. Anxiety is fear without faith. So I'm going to read this real quick. Philippians 4:6-7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving present your request to God. And The peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts, your minds in Christ Jesus. I'm going to read this real quick for you guys. This is one of the most quoted passages about anxiety. For a good reason, Paul gives us direction, command, do not be anxious about anything. But notice the nuisance. Paul isn't saying we won't feel anxiety. He's saying we have a choice in how we respond. Anxiety is what happens when fear takes root without faith to counter it. Paul tells us, pray and bring worries to God. Give thanks even in difficult times. Here's a promise. God's peace will guard your heart and mind. It doesn't mean the situation will magically disappear. Whatever you go through, you grow through it. Whatever test you pass, you rise to a higher level. I found that to be so true. Every day we're being tested. You just gotta be ready. Sometimes you fail a test, and guess what? You feel like, oh man, I failed. It could have been a meal. It could have been just a thinking pattern. Whatever your test may have been and you failed, it gets you. But if you pass a test, you'll be like on a whole different vibration until you reach the other test. And you pass the other test. And if you life is just a series of tests. And if you continue to pass them, you continue to grow. And I'm very excited. I'm truly excited because I have been winning. Even though when you're winning, I'm gonna tell you guys this because I've been going through the test, right? You don't feel like you're winning all the time, just so you know. But it isn't until you look back and you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, and then you start seeing your confidence start to rise. How many of you want confidence? Sheesh. I know that's something that I longed for a long time ago. It was just to be confident in myself and to not, one of the biggest and the most massive thing you can do is to let go of fear of what other people could think about you. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what matters is what you think about yourself. But if you're in a toxic relationship, and I'm not talking about with your girl, I'm not talking about, with, anybody. I'm just talking about toxic relationship with yourself, where you don't trust yourself, where you said to yourself, you know what, I'm going to do this, and then you fail on your own word. If that sounds like you, shit, bro, I can help. I know I can help. Why? Why do I feel confident about that? Because I've passed that test many times. It's time. It's the season to pass tests. Come on. Everybody goes into 2026 saying, a new version of myself. Here we go. All over again, right? We hear this all the time. And then when the rubber meets the road, what happens? Then they get into their feelings. Oh, bro. I'm trying, and you know what really screws you up is your language. It starts there. Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? So there's like an internal battle going on inside you. And it's fighting the new version and the old version. And they're getting down inside. But every time you choose to repeat an action that has been done in the past, that has been a bad habit, you're helping beat up that new version of yourself that wants to come out. Because it really does come down to reveal yourself to yourself. That's what it's all about. It's not pretending to be somebody that you're not. It's revealing to yourself your true identity. If you feel identity lost, I can help you with that. If you feel anxiety, come on. Come on. Let's beat it with faith and confidence. You need structure, you need a plan, and you need somebody to keep you accountable. You need somebody like me, to be honest. It's just not enough. We need more people like that. We need more people that inspire people to be better. We may see a lot of them on social media, but damn, I mean, I'd love to see more just around me. And there's a lot of people, believe me, there's a lot of people I see that are getting it. That they're overcoming that, that internal battle. And I see it on a daily basis. Why? When I go to the gym, man, I see people winning. What time do I go to the gym? Guys, I go to the gym at 4 a.m. And the people that you see there at 4 a.m., they're very intentional about their day. They're in there to win, They're in there to win. They're in there. I mean, some people are in and out, man. Like, they go in, they get their shit done, and they go to the day. But all I gotta say, guys, is that life has to be very intentional. You have to want it as bad as you want to be. I cannot want it more than you. It won't work. Because now you're asking for motivation. Now you're asking for somebody to basically motivate you. And motivation just doesn't cut it. You can get a burst of like motivation and be like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But then when your alarm rings in the morning, what happens then? It's crazy. But at the end of the day, guys, I mean, let's get you some structure. Come on. That's the only thing that's going to help you change. If you continue to do the same thing, you're going to continue to have the same results. Quit lying to yourself. Go on and waste another year. And just watch. So much people are leveling up right now. So much people are seeking God right now. So much people are changing their lives right now. But what are you doing? You still sitting on the sidelines waiting? The season is now. The time has always been now. It's time to take some fucking action. Let's go. Let's go. What are we waiting for? Friday? A lot of people are gonna freaking start escaping. But only the real are gonna make a decision to better themselves, to eat a little bit cleaner, to go to the gym, to start breaking the negative habits, the destructive habits that create more anxiety. Do you want more anxiety? I don't think so. I don't think anybody likes that. The problem is that you don't know how to get out of it. This is where I come in. And all you gotta do is have a little bit of faith. I could work with that. Just a little bit of faith. That's all we need. Alright, guys. Happy Friday. Come on. It's time to get these wins.